Hi, I'm Richard C. I'm a math tutor here at Wyzant answering a question that was submitted by a student. I'm really pleased to see this question because I feel very strongly that our high schools should be teaching financial literacy to students, and learning how money grows is an essential piece of financial literacy. So let's take a few minutes here and learn how money grows. Now, there is a formula for this, which is given here, but unfortunately, it's a little hard to understand what they're doing here with the way the formula is written. This is the correct formula is S of t. Oops, sorry about that. Let me just fix that. Sometimes that happens here with my stylus. Sometimes the stylus doesn't like or the system doesn't like my stylus. Okay, let's do it again here. Sorry about that. So we'll do S of t here. S of t. So this is the formula. The future value of money is P times 1 plus R over N raised to the NT. So P is the present value. If we're, say, opening a savings account at a bank, this would be the amount we deposit into the bank. R is the annual rate of interest that the bank will pay us on the money. N is the number of times the interest is compounded. In this case, it's quarterly. So every quarter, that is 4 times a year, the bank will pay interest out into the account. And T is the number of years. And S is the future amount. So this tells you exactly how much money you're going to have if you put a certain amount of money in the bank and wait T years later. So this is very important, and this is a formula I use all the time, and I think it's a formula that everyone should know. So answering part A here, we're going to say that P here is the initial amount that's put in, so that's 10,000. R is 0.045. That's 4.5% per year interest, but it's compounded 4 times a year, so N is 4. Okay, so that's part A. And part B is telling us that T, time, is 9 years. So let's plug this in. So S of 9. I don't usually use this notation S of t. We usually, you'll more often see this represented by the variable a, which is the future amount. But we'll go with the way the problem is written here. So this is going to be 10,000 times 1 plus 0.045 over 4 raised to the n. N is 4 and t is 9. And that's it. We just put this into our calculator at this point, and assuming I didn't make a calculator mistake, S of 9 comes out to be 14,959. They want this rounded to the nearest penny, so 0.16. My answer is 0.16134, so we'll round that and put a dollar sign in there so we have our units. And that's it. So this tells you that if you can find an investment that pays 4.5% compounded quarterly, it might be a bank account, it might be some other kind of investment. So it might be a bond, for example, which often pays out, sometimes pays out quarterly, or a CD. Anyway, any of these things in the real world, and as long as it pays out quarterly and it has an annual interest rate of 4.5%, if you put $10,000 into that investment, if you invest $10,000 and just wait, 9 years later, it'll be worth almost $15,000. So that's a really good skill to have. It's good knowledge to have. And I'm hoping that people who watch this are going to really pay attention to this, because later on in your life you're going to need this formula. Well, it'll be very helpful to you to know this formula. You might this way you can do your own calculations instead of depending on somebody else to do it for you. Okay, so that's it for this one. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.